Okay, so basically, I'm gonna be reacting to this video by this dude. Oops. By this. By this dude.
Years ago, he writes, "Thank God the conquistadors conquered this barbaric civilization." And of course, if you have read about the colonization of millions of people, the killings and slavery of millions of African people as well, is Matt Walsh one of the most prominent creators, prominent speakers on the Daily Wire. And recently he went viral again because he was saying, America was good, and it's good we did these things to create this good nation. So what we're going to do is look at these clips, look at his rhetoric. I'm also going to link it to modern conservatism, because Ayn Rand said something extremely similar about killing most natives in America. And then I want to talk about how this type of rhetoric and belief in America at large, through its whole history, actually inspired Hitler and his own ideology in Europe. So Matt Walsh has described himself as to be a fascist. I think he really is a whole meaning. But this guy just is a fascist. There's no debate about it, and I strongly think he wouldn't actually disagree with much of the Nazis' own ideology, even if he might disagree with some of their action, if I want to be absolutely kind to them. But he doesn't seem to have a problem with genocide. So here he's quoting himself somewhere in America saying, "Man, I am glad we stole this land, beautiful." And after police found 150 skulls at crime scenes in Mexico, turns out the victims, mostly women, were decapitated over 1,000 years ago. And he writes, "Thank God the conquistadors conquered this barbaric civilization." And of course, if you have read about the colonization of the New World by the Spanish and Portuguese, just like how the English and French colonized North America, it's insanely brutal genocide. Just read about Christopher Columbus, who is celebrated in America to this day, and you'll just feel sick, right? So many Africans were worked to death in the most brutal conditions you can imagine. So many native people were genocided by these Europeans. And Matt Walsh turns around and says, "I'm glad we did that. I'm glad we did genocide because Europeans are superior. Therefore, natives deserve to be killed in massive amounts, and Africans as well, to create these countries like Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, all the rest of it." How is that different from Nazi rhetoric, right? How is that different from Nazi saying, "Oh yeah, we killed millions and millions of Jewish people, Slavs, Romani people, this to create better German rights." And they deserve it, the Germans are superior. Again, that's literally Nazi rhetoric, fascist rhetoric. But no.
Literally, what did Slavs even do? I thought Germans were Slavs. Hold on a second, I thought Germans were Slavs. What? Wait, hold on. I thought Russians and Germans were Slavs. Are they not?
He does elaborate on this more in video form. It's not just tweets. He does actually say this somehow. Apparently, Daily Wire don't care. Daily Wire do not care about having someone who espoused Nazi rhetoric on their post. Was a good thing they did. The conquest and colonization and settling of this land was overall a good and noble and courageous thing. It is good that it happened, and we should be grateful for it. The people who came here and claimed this land were heroes. It was heroic. And they were heroes not because of the other good stuff, but because they came and claimed it. For hundreds of years, this would not have been controversial to say. It would have been perhaps the least controversial thing to say. And now you're not allowed to say it at all. But I will anyway. But the colonization that brought Europeans to this part of the world hundreds of years ago, that was not everything that happened during those many centuries was good. Obviously, history is not as simple. People can commit evil in the pursuit of a worthwhile goal. That happens all the time. But and nobody would ever say that the conquerors and colonizers of this land were perfect angels. But we should celebrate them, and we should celebrate what they achieved. This is the absurd rabbit hole that you fall down whenever you try to claim that the U.S. stole the land it currently occupies. In order for a thing to be stolen, it must first be owned. But if you say that the most recent Indian tribe who lived on it owned it, then you're legitimizing conquest. And if you legitimize conquest, then there's no reason why the United States' conquest should not be considered legitimate. As I've argued many times, conquest was the way of the world all over the world. defend it, you lost it. If you couldn't take it, you didn't get it. As simple as that. America didn't invent this concept. We didn't even practice the most brutal form of it. Not even close. Today we're simply blamed because we were better at it. Americans played the exact same game the Indians played. They observed.
I think the one that was the best at it was the people from the UK, the British Empire.
The exact same rule of conquest, a brutal rule, but a universal one. And they were just better at it. They won. And now we're supposed to be ashamed of that victory and apologize centuries later. But apologize to who? The conquerors who were conquered? The thieves who had their stolen goods stolen? That's absurd. I, for one, apologize for that. And I'm ashamed of it. And I'm happy that it worked. And I'm happy that I won that conflict and that war. I'm happy that this civilization is here. I would rather live in this civilization, and I think everyone would, including the Lakota man, B.A. But anyone who is ashamed of America is free to live. So when I say this is actual Nazi rhetoric, I'm not exaggerating even in the slightest. This is actual Nazi rhetoric. If we apply this to what the Nazis actually did, let's take us back to like 1943. All the territories the Germans held in Europe. Genocide and perfect peace, right? Through this logic, that Poles wouldn't have a problem with Germans saying they're proud of that. Oh, we won. This was the laws of the battlefield, and we beat the Polish, and we beat the French, and we beat the Czechs, we beat all these people. So it's us. And
Czechs, my mom said that they were part of the Austrian Empire. Also, my mom is from Tahiti. She said that the aren't Slavs. Czechs are Slavs, Russians are Slavs. Is it just me or aren't Germans also Slavs? I don't know, they have like the I know it's not right the right way. Whatever. East. Excuse me? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Again, tablet is broken. I've been doing this for literally 2 minutes. Okay. I hate this. I literally hate this. Go back to the video. Whatever. Germans aren't Slavs. Whatever. Oh, crap.
they conquered people in the past, they conquered other places. Not every first there, so therefore we've won, and we can do as we please now, because that's
What natives? They're European. I don't like it.
what he's saying. He's saying that he's not ashamed of anything they did, because once they won, then what happened afterwards, Matt Walsh? They didn't just win, and the natives went somewhere else. They won, kept expanding, and then set out a policy, a governmental policy of extermination, right? This isn't like the colonisation of Iceland, where like Irish monks tried to set up a colony, or Scandinavians went there and settled the land. There was no one else there. There was no one else around. This is nothing like this. They went there, set up their own countries, and began to kill people who had lived there for thousands of years. Just because native groups had fought each other doesn't mean you can go over there and kill them. Make them second-class citizens in your own country, and of course exterminate most of the population in one of the worst genocides in history. And he's saying, "Can you apologise to them?" Natives are treated like shit. It's still going on against native groups in Canada and the US. So of course, these people, not the people responsible for doing it, because they grew up in America in the 2000s or late 1900s, you still go about and trying to address the terrible things that colonialists did, and stealing this land, and poisoning the land, in any way that you live.
It was heroic. You pronounced horrific really weird. Yeah, true. Controversial. Matt Walsh punches a baby in the face. Matt Walsh, why should I be ashamed of my victory simply because I am better at fighting than this baby? I won this war. I am proud of it. I will never apologize. I will never resign. Okay. Me hitting my brother.
Nazi rhetoric, like I said, Hitler would admire this. Hitler would agree 100% to this. He actually did agree with this rhetoric, because so many people back in the day, like Matt Walsh outlined, it wasn't controversial to say. And Hitler admired that it wasn't controversial. Killing millions of people to grow your own extremely racist country, which was designed to enrich a class of slave owners. Yeah, Hitler liked that, probably surprising nobody. And then he emulated it himself in his
Okay.
was reprehensible. But now we have this amazing country where everyone's flying. America is a massive good world. No, what happened is they created one of the most evil countries in the world on the backs of genocide and slavery. So there's nothing redeeming about the settling of America at all, unless you're an actual Nazi, unless you're an actual fascist who's creating a crazy capitalist state which exports its ideology around the world through actual war and genocide is a good thing. Again, if you're a fascist, you do believe this. I just want to point people saying that this wouldn't be controversial 100 years ago, because yeah, of course it would be controversial. White supremacists in a fascist state to say that colonization is good. But this has actually been part of the mainstream conservative movement for a while. So you guys know a lot of these people love Ayn Rand for one reason or another. Maybe they don't like her views on capitalism so much, but they like her views generally on capitalism. And Ayn Rand actually said something very, very similar, which I want to read to you. So Ayn Rand speaking about racism, slavery, and Native Americans at West Point in 1974. Imagine Matt Walsh is saying this. Or imagine Matt Walsh's reaction to Ayn Rand. But now, as to the Indians, I don't even care to discuss that kind of alleged claims that they have against this country. I do believe, for serious scientific reasons, the worst kind of movie that you have probably seen, worse from an Indian viewpoint as to what they did to the white man. I do not think they have any right to live in the country merely because they were born here and acted and lived like savages. Americans didn't conquer. Americans didn't conquer that country. In other words, want to respect the rights of Indians, intended in most cases of their tribal history, made agreements with the white man, and when they had used up each other, they got through the agreement of giving, selling certain territory, then came back and broke the
Humbly. Give me, it's mine, Matt Walsh. What a hero. Not all conservatives are fascists, but certainly all fascists are conservatives. True.
agreements and attacked by settlement. I will go further. Let's suppose they were all beautifully innocent savages, which they certainly were not. What was it they were fighting for if they opposed white men on this continent? For their wish to continue a primitive existence, their right to keep part of the earth untouched, unused, and not even as property.
Wait a minute, I'm recording a video.
They just keep everybody out so you live practically like an animal, or maybe a few caves about. Any white person who brings the elements of civilization had the right to take over this continent. And it is great that some people did, and discovered here what they couldn't do anywhere else in the world, and what the Indians, if there are any racist Indians today, do not believe to this day, respect the individual rights. And then, of course, nicely to link the genocide of natives to the conquest of Palestine, I am incidentally in favour of Israel against Arabs for the same reason. There you have the same issue in reverse. But why do the Arabs resent it? Because it is a wedge of civilization. It's part of a continent which is totally primitive and nomadic. Israel is being attacked, being civilized, and being specifically a technological society. It is for that very reason that they should be supported, that they are morally right because they represent the progress of man's mind. Just as the white settlers of America represented the progress of mind, not centuries of brute stagnation and superstition, they represented the balance of the mind.
Oh, superstition, okay.
Right. So, of course, insanely fascist rhetoric, just like that, the belief that people deserve to be killed and genocided because they aren't as superior or technological as you are. And you see how these people justify fascism to themselves. They think, oh, like Matt Walsh was saying. And I'm glad.
By the way, the Slavs thing. Why did they even, kill them? What was the reason? Wait, Slavs are, Christians, right? Bruh. Okay. Slavs are, Christians, right? So, if Slavs are, Christian, and they're light-skinned, why did they kill them? I don't understand that. I just don't. By the way, Slavs are, on average, light-skinned, right? The ones from the country are like that, right? Yeah. So why did they even, kill them? I don't even understand. They're Christians and they're, light-skinned. Why even kill them? They're basically the same as the Germans. Are they not? I don't know.
We ended the civilization. I'm glad we killed all the natives because they were barbarians. I'm Rand saying the same thing. I'm glad we killed all the natives. And what's so fascinating here is the cognitive dissonance of white settlers and the government literally killed millions of these people in the most brutal ways. And they're the ones that talk about being civilized. Being civilized is doing genocide, right? Apparently. Where caring for the land and not destroying it for capitalism is worthy of that genocide, right? If you're not developing it for economic gain,
that's an interesting perspective. I do not agree with capitalism bad because they want to institute socialism. So how is that like what the natives had with right like communism and socialism doesn't work IRL like it, I don't think either of those systems are like what the natives had, right? So why not go against socialism too and communism? Like, why are you only going against capitalism? Like, capitalism does have its faults, and I think it's very and I and I think it's like I don't really know what the natives the Native Americans did. I don't really know. We did read some like part of the book about it or something with my grandma. Part of the book like in school. But I don't understand. But I don't understand why this guy is saying specifically capitalism. Because they actually didn't have the other stuff, I don't think. Like socialism and communism, so why specifically single out capitalism anyway?
Matt Walsh on actual fascists is actually amazing. But on that note as well, this is Ayn Rand saying it, this is Matt Walsh saying it, and like I said, America has not had to reconcile with its past as a whole country. Lots of people have, lots of people listen, there are loads of good Americans, don't worry, I don't think you're all like Matt Walsh, but there's a reason this rhetoric is not seen as like extremely fringe or extremely fascistic, and it's because it still is in the mainstream. Like Matt Walsh can say that, and any repercussions? None. No one in conservative circles cares. If you look at the replies to the tweet, he guys doubles down, and loads of people are agreeing with him. So clearly, people in America still believe this fascist rhetoric. They still agree with genocide because they haven't had to confront what the reality of what this was. And it's no wonder when you have people defending it like that. Hitler was himself inspired by the genocide of the natives, and he wanted to do his own manifest destiny in Eastern Europe. So that's it. So on waging on violence, how Hitler found a blueprint for all the German Empire. Free up your page.
Okay. Oh, no, not that one. I don't like that one. I don't want to do that one. It just annoys me so much. No.
Loads of people are agreeing with him. So clearly, people in America still believe this fascist rhetoric. They still agree with genocide because they haven't had to confront what the reality of what this was. And it's no wonder when you have people defending it like that, the work of the people there. Do you think when Michael Knowles talks about eradicating...
Nope.
She described themselves as like liberal feminists wanting to protect women. They're marching around with Nazis giving Hitler salutes, right? Because these movements are aligning on their views on gender, and that's why the work of the people there. Do you think when Michael Knowles talks about conquest and colonization,
Ayn Rand and Matt Walsh are basically saying animals don't deserve to live because they're not as technologically advanced. They view Native Americans as animals. I didn't hear that part, but if they basically did say that, then yeah. True. Yeah, that's true. I don't understand what Walsh's problem is. Why can't you just say, wow, what our ancestors did was terrible. I'm sorry for what was done to your ancestors. Let me make sure something like that won't happen again. Acknowledging your ancestors' flaws doesn't make you personally a part of what happened to centuries ago. True. 100%. Like, I do agree. No, it just baffles me as a way. Honestly, I have no problem. because they want to keep their options open, sanitize these so it doesn't sound so unreasonable if an event was to occur again. True. That is true. Okay. I don't think that this is true. I think that it's different ideologies. I think this is wrong. I think that this is wrong. No, I do not agree with this. I do not agree that capitalism inherently has like fascism. I I think that communism inherently has dictatorship and stuff like that. I do not agree that fascism is late stage capitalism. I think that they are quite separate. Okay, that first clip was insane. Hold on.
Settling of this land was overall a good and noble and courageous thing. It is good that it happened, and we should be grateful for it. The people who came here and claimed this land were heroes. It was heroic. And they were heroes not because of the other good stuff, but because they came and claimed it. So hello everyone from the Association of the
Okay. Anyway, so ending thoughts is oh dear. I don't understand why they decided to kill the Slavs. Doesn't make sense to me. They were Christian and they were like light skinned, so they basically look the same. Don't know why. Okay. Weird. Aren't Russians Slavs? Huh. Czechoslovakia. Hold on. Whatever. Swear. Glitching. And I lose this video, I'm gonna absolutely punch the screen. Okay, well. What Hold on, I was just thinking about something. Uh, sleeping. Okay, whatever. Slavic countries. Oh, only 4. Greece, Slavic, Balkan, excuse me. Balkan, obviously. Balkan. What? Slavic, I'm pretty sure no. No, I'm pretty sure it's Balkan. Is it just me? Romanian. Okay. Yeah, do I need to ask what? What does it say? What does it, I hate when they do that instead of just answering. Oh, this is where my mom's from. Images. Got images. Belarus. That's here. Oh, what's that last one? Slavic. What? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me check some, Greek Slavic. You guys are so dumb. Really. Really. Okay. Slavic. What? Rot. What? What? Oh, I know that. Okay, whatever. Oh wow, I can't imagine. Oh, oh, oh! Did you know that actually? Nah! I'm making a video. Give me a sec. I'm ending the video. Okay, can you? Dan moeten we zo even je video. Yes. No. Yeah. Okay, I think I might have to do this on the second channel at this point. Because I have enough of this. Okay, I'm just curious. Okay. Wait, what? But there's saints though. There's but there's saints. Okay, whatever. What? Whatever, I'm just gonna go to images maybe that'll tell me more. No, there's no diagram. Are you serious? True. They literally said they're not what? Okay, whatever. I literally don't know what I even got in here. What am I doing? Are they Christians? Oh, okay. Aren't they just European? Am I really dumb? Oh, oh, but modern language. Modern, Nipcut? What? That literally doesn't exist. That literally doesn't even exist. That does not exist. I literally cannot. Stop. It doesn't exist. Okay. Modern. Okay, where did I go? Okay. Okay. No. It's just gonna go to image. Ridiculous. Later, I never heard of this. And is that Putin? Oh yeah, he's Orthodox. Okay. I mean, he's whatever he wants. He wants his like country to be. You know. He doesn't really have a religion. He's just whatever. Yeah, my grandma's convinced that he's Orthodox though, because my grandma is Orthodox Christian because we live in Greece. You know. What happened to that video? I deleted it. By the way, for some context, that Putin next to a rabbi? Is that Putin next to a rabbi? Why is there so many stuff with Putin? Oh yeah, he's Slavic. Pagan gods. Pagan gods. Orthodox. Orthodox Slavic modern religion. Okay. Alright, one more thing. I checked Orthodox. Say, what's Germanic? Oh, okay. Answer my damn question. Consider themselves atheists. W. Roman Catholics. Really? Technically more atheist. Hey! Catholic source and Protestant. Okay, 3%. Okay. Okay, whatever. Basically, most of them are atheists, whatever. Muslim? What? Barely any, I don't think. Czech Republican election pie chart. Yes, I would like some images. I do not have much internet. No. I hate this. I literally can't see anything. Okay. What? Okay, so whatever. Basically, most of them are. What is the top three religions? And then I heard it's like Buddhism because of Asian countries. Why is Republican atheist? History of it. Yeah, the history of a religion in Czech Republic dates back to the 19th century. Free thought inside edition. One W of communism, I guess you could say. Technically. Still hate it. It's like a fascist thing. Like, it's not good. Not inherently communism is like bad, but like, that's a huge W, honestly. Still don't support it. Maybe we can do this another way. Instead of, ruining the damn country. Most religious in the world. Oh, yeah. The Nordic countries. Where the fuck is the Nordic? Oh yeah, Sweden. Isn't Sweden the sixth in the world? Whatever. I'm gonna be in it. Okay, I can't grab it. I can't see anything. Okay. Makes sense. So basically, for some context, I don't remember if I said this before. I think I said it in the deleted video because I did many takes of this because I really couldn't get it right. But basically, I'm from Greece. I was born in Greece. I'm 13. Okay. I was born December of 2011. And I was born in Greece, and I'm from Greece. And when I was 4.5, we moved to England. I watched a lot of American videos. I got the accent from there. Around 2015, we moved to England. In 2020, when I was 4.5, we moved. When I was around 4.5, we moved. So I'm from Greece, and I was born in Greece. And when I was 4.5, we moved to England. I started watching a lot of videos in America and stuff. So I developed a very American accent. And then, oh baby. And then after that, when I was 8.5, we moved back to Greece. And I live in Greece. I'm from Greece, and I was born in Greece. So basically, 92% of Greeks are believers, no religion, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, this is Reddit. Oh dear. Search it. Okay. That's interesting. Alright. That is quite interesting. Oh, Iceland doesn't. Why not Turkey? Wait, Turkey believes in Muhammad? Yeah, they believe in Muhammad. What country is this again? I don't really know. I know, I'm not very smart. Okay. Wait. Okay, okay. Estonia. No, I don't want to have to come in. Oh dear. But basically, my mom is, from Czechia. So I'd say that this is a massive W, honestly. I'm, very much an atheist, so this is a great W, honestly. That I'm from there as well. Quite nice. My mom said that Putin is, not, Orthodox, just doesn't care. That he, just doesn't care about, he's just whatever he's like a dictator and he has to look good. So he's just, whatever, he doesn't actually believe in it, he just, doesn't really care. And then my, grandma, Greek, from my dad's side, okay? She was like, no, Putin's, Orthodox Christian, actually. Like us, and I'm like, okay. doing this again. I've been yapping for a straight up 15 minutes. I'm so done, bro. I'm so... Okay, one more Google question. Whatever. Most of them are like in Europe. Oh, Cyprians are basically Greek, whatever. Okay. Okay. Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, Romania, Siberia, Bulgaria, North Macedonia. Ignore that. Greece. Russia. Okay. How do I this images? Please, 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 please. Oh, we're up there. Wow, okay, that is... I think we're pretty up there. I think we're pretty up there. Think of what? I don't like it. I'm curious. Wait, no, they're not Orthodox at all. What? That's literally Israel. Wait, what even was that? Okay. Orthodox cross. I did not realize. Oh, that's Islam. Crescent and crescent star is okay. Christianity, but it's also like, bruh. Why are you doing emojis? What are we doing here? What does this mean from a girl? Bruh. Okay. I don't even know what I was ranting about, really. What was I even ranting about again? Okay, so this is going on for like 50 minutes. I need to turn this off right now. I have been ranting for literally like over 2 hours of my time has just been ranting and ranting, ranting and ranting. So I need to stop. Have a nice day, everybody. Okay.